Did upper body and lower body. My husband's making faces at me. Stop it. This is Melissa and welcome to my channel. If you are just joining me for the first time, I am a 42-year-old mother of 2 wonderful children, and I'm a wife, I'm a music teacher, and I just went through my first bikini competition season. I competed in 2 competitions, one in September and then one in October, and I am now enjoying my improvement season. I have been working on a reverse diet with my coach. I've been lifting so much heavier in the gym, and I'm absolutely loving all the food that I get to eat now. My calories have gone up, my carbs and fats have gone up, so I've really just been enjoying this time in building. But I have to tell you about how I've been doing. And again, you know, with more foods, I've been getting so much more improvement in the gym. I have been sleeping a lot better. I've just been feeling so much better. My period has come back and everything is just feeling so good right now. Now, am I saying that competition prep was not worth it? Absolutely not. With all of the challenges and accomplishments that I did go through with my competition prep, I would absolutely 100% do it again. But right now I am just rebuilding myself inside and out. And with that, it does mean that I am going to put on a little bit of body fat and gain some weight, which I am totally okay with. Why? Because I need to build muscle and you need to have some body fat to do that. So I'm going to enjoy this improvement season. And as of yesterday, I went through what everyone goes through on Thanksgiving Day. I definitely overate, way over my macros and goals, but did I worry about it? Not one bit. I enjoyed my time with my family, definitely enjoyed the food. And what do you do after you have overeaten or binge eat for a day? Well, you go back to what you normally do. You get right back on track. Today, I'm going to share with you how I take on the day after I've overeaten way over what I was supposed to. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is starting with my breakfast. As you saw me put my breakfast together, this is cream of wheat with PB peanut butter powder, some vanilla protein, frozen berries, and some Walden Farms pancake syrup. And this is so delicious. If you haven't tried mixing all of that together with cream of wheat, you got to try it. And I've just recently started enjoying cream of wheat. It's got some carbs in it, and straight up carbs, and really, really good for pre-workout or even post-workout. Okay, so one of the first things that you want to do to get back on track is to make sure that you hydrate. Drink a lot of water the day after, just so you can flush out absolutely everything that you consumed the day before, mainly toxins or sodium or just anything that you need to get rid of. Because what happens the day after you binge eat is you retain a lot of water because of all the sodium and all the good stuff that you enjoyed the day before. So you want to replenish your body with more water, hydrate, and then flush everything out. I normally use this 1 gallon size bottle. It's by X Bottle, and you can get this on Amazon, and I absolutely love it because you have this spout here that you can drink from. I don't really like using the straw, and the base is big enough so that you can stick your whole hand in so that you can wash the inside with your hands. So drink a gallon of water. I do that every day, but definitely want to do that the next day after overeating. So hydrate is number 1. 2, you want to get back into portion size and understanding how much food you are allotted to eat for just a normal portion. The biggest tool that I find that helps me in sticking to my goals is using a food scale. Now, I've had this for about 2 years, and honestly, it's ready to go because this top keeps popping off. But using a food scale is really important to understand proper portion sizing, especially with what you're eating. So when you put it into MyFitnessPal, you are able to get a little bit more of an accurate reading of what your macros are looking at for that particular meal. Let me show you how I like to use the food scale. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take your food scale and put it on a nice flat, hard surface. And there are going to be 2 ways that I'm going to show you how to measure food. First way is you want to make sure you turn on the food scale and set it to whatever it is that you want to use for the unit. Push tare to make sure it's at 0. And then either put a bowl or a plate, and then you're going to tare it again. So right now this paper bowl is 15 grams. I want to tare it down to 0. And then I'm going to add food into that bowl to get the measurement. So say I'm going to take something like Cookie Crisp cereal, and I'm going to measure out 30 grams. So you would add the food to the bowl. And right now it says 31 grams. If I were to take away 1 Cookie Crisp, let's see if it'll drop down to 30. So that's 2, 3. So I took away 3 of the Cookie Crisp cereal cookies, and now I have 30 grams of cereal. And that's how you would measure if you were to use a bowl or plate and you add food in to get the actual measurement that you need. The other way to measure is if you take away the food. So say something like this, taking a jar of peanut butter. First, you want to take the lid off. Then you're going to want to tare it again. And say I want to scoop out, say about 10 grams of peanut butter. I'm actually going to take it from the jar itself. I got it exactly at 10 grams. So let's just say, pretend that I got more than 10. Okay, let's grab a little bit more. Right there. So I have 15 grams. And it says negative 15, but it's because I'm taking away food from the jar. But I want only 10, so I would put some peanut butter back. That's 12. 11, getting closer. And there's 10. And then I would use this right here and put that, say, on some toast or mix it in oatmeal or even yogurt. So that's how you want to use a food scale to get an accurate reading of what it is that you need to use for food. So in the process of using this food scale and learning how to use it throughout my fitness journey as well as my competition prep, I actually learned a lot about actual portion sizing and how much of the macronutrients are within that portion size itself. So I will go ahead and weigh everything from rice, chicken, vegetables, fruits, yes, even fruits. With my apples, instead of weighing the entire apple, I will literally cut the apple into slices, and whatever I am going to eat, that is what I am going to measure. Otherwise, you're going to count for that apple core, and I'm not going to eat that, and that's taking away food that I could potentially eat. So measure out exactly what it is that you plan to eat and use the portion sizes according to whatever it is that you're wanting to measure. So when I measure out my foods, I'll measure out meats in ounces, I'll do carbs in grams, I'll measure out liquids in milliliters, and I'll just do whatever is best for what I need to measure so that I can get accurate readings for my macros. And with doing that, I started to really learn the actual portion sizes so that when I go to, say, a restaurant or something, I can eyeball what 4 ounces of meat looks like. I can eyeball 100 grams of veggie or even rice. Because I've been doing it for almost 2 years now, and really strictly during my competition prep, I have really started to understand how much I should be eating in a meal itself. Now, did I measure anything yesterday during Thanksgiving? Nope. Did I use portion sizing? I tried to in the first meal, but after that I kind of just went, I want more. So my portion sizing kind of went out of the window for that day. But today I'm going to focus on getting the correct portion sizing and hitting my macros for the day. So I'll be using my food scale all day and making sure that I get the proper amount of food that I'm supposed to eat. All right, moms, for those of you who are so worried about what your abs are looking like, especially when you're going for competing in bikini competitions, I know a lot of moms have worried about the loose skin and stretch marks. I will tell you that you can compete with loose skin and stretch marks. But a lot of people ask, how do you get rid of that or that look so that when you're on the competition stage that you would look like you don't have that? One of the biggest things is getting lean enough. So here are my, I guess, abs. This is what it's looking like. We are about 5 weeks tomorrow post-show. So I did gain back some of the body fat that I did lose while I was in competition prep. But I just want to show you that, yes, I have the loose skin and I do have stretch marks. Let me get a little bit closer just so you can kind of see. So I've got the stretch marks, and yes, I have the loose skin. But when I dieted down to about 13% body fat, this right here wasn't as prominent as it is right now. So like I can grab it, and I'm just showing you that, yes, moms, you can compete and get on that stage and still look lean enough to where that if you pose a certain way, it kind of goes away. And of course, right now I'm holding in some water retention because of overeating yesterday, but just wanted to let you know, again, yes, you can have post-pregnancy body and still compete with loose skin and stretch marks. So yeah, moms, you can do it. I am a mom and I did it. You can do it too. I'm losing myself tonight. Losing myself, I'm losing myself tonight. With your love,
With your love, I'm losing myself, losing myself, I'm losing myself tonight. Losing myself, I'm losing myself tonight. With your love, with your love, I'm losing myself. Losing myself, I'm losing myself tonight. Losing myself, I'm losing myself tonight. With your love, with your love, I'm losing myself. With your love, with your love, I'm losing myself.
Guys, so that was a great upper body workout. I mainly worked on shoulders and chest for that workout, and honestly I felt really good. I was able to push and PR a lot of my weight, so I'm definitely working on progressive overload each week every time I do those same exercises. And with the extra food and calories that I had consumed yesterday, I was able to push even heavier, and that was pretty awesome. Right now I'm kind of feeling hungry, so I'm gonna stop and take some time to have lunch. So I'm gonna show you what I am preparing for myself and how I weigh everything out. I want to show you the difference between how much I decided to put on my plate yesterday versus what I should have put on my plate yesterday, looking at portion size. I was debating whether I wanted to continue working out right now and go ahead and do lower body. Since I didn't work out yesterday, I was supposed to do my upper body, which I just did now during Thanksgiving Day. But I just wanted to enjoy the day with my family and enjoy the foods. So I did that today. And depending on how I feel later today, I may do lower body. So it would be a full body workout in one day. If not, then I'll just push my lower body to tomorrow, which technically would be a rest day because the following day I have leg day again. So we'll see how I feel. But let's go get some food. All right, guys, so I am going to eat some leftovers for lunch and for post-workout, and I'm going to show you on my plate what I was putting on my plate yesterday. Without the food scale, just kind of eyeballing what I think is a good portion or not. And then I will use the food scale to actually portion out what I am supposed to eat and planned for today. So first thing I'm going to start with is turkey. So I've got my, So I've got my turkey right here. And yesterday I had planned for 4 ounces of chicken. I'm gonna put it on the scale without looking at it. Then I will look at it. So I'm gonna put it to ounces. Then I am going to push tare so it zeroes out. And let's see, 4 ounces. I am thinking that that right there is about 4 ounces. So now I'm going to take a look at it. Oh, maybe I underate yesterday. Okay, so I can add more turkey to my plate. Guess I'm still learning my portion sizes. So let's see, 4 ounces. There you go. Got 4.02. So this right here is 4 ounces. And I put about half of that on my plate yesterday. So that's 4 ounces. All right. Next, let's go to mashed potatoes. So yesterday I had eyeballed 100 grams of mashed potatoes. So now I am going to put it to grams and I'm going to tare it again, starting over. And let's see, this right here, I'd say probably a little bit more. Looks about 100 grams. So now let's take a look at where we're at. Okay, so that right there was 142 grams. So I thought this was about 100 grams. So I'm gonna take away some mashed potatoes. Maybe this whole chunk. All right, so that's about 91. So I get to put a little bit more. And that right there is 100 grams. So 4 ounces of turkey, 100 grams of mashed potato. So it looks like I overdid it on the carbs yesterday. Okay. Mashed potatoes, turkey. I want to add about 60 grams of turkey gravy because I want some for my mashed potatoes and I want some for my turkey. So let's go ahead and tare this. And I'm a little nervous of like trying to scoop it, so I'm actually going to scoop it now and put it onto my plate. And because you can't take it away once I put it on. So from what I remember is about that much. I pretty much did about 2 tablespoons, which actually looking at it right now, I did correctly. So there is my gravy. All right, and the next thing I'm going to add to my plate are candied yams. So with the candied yams, I'm supposed to have 80 grams, and I am going to eyeball it. Make sure I'm at 0. So this right here is how much I put on my plate yesterday. And I'm pretty sure this is not 80. So I'm gonna take a look at it right now. Yep, that is 132 grams. Bummer. So I'll take away quite a bit because I can only have 80 grams right now. That right there is 100. So maybe this big chunk right there. Looks a lot smaller than what I really want to consume. Ooh, I can have a little bit more. Gotta make sure I get there. And that is 80 right there. All right. Wish I could have more yams, but that's okay. I am going to enjoy some for dinner later. So, all right, we'll stop there on the candied yams. And then I am going to put 100 grams of green beans. And let's tear that. And let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Think about that. Hey, that's 100 right there. I did good yesterday too then. So this right here is about what I had planned yesterday, but I was under on the turkey, over on the mashed potatoes, and over on the yams on my plate yesterday. But this right here is a balanced meal of good set of macros that will help me hit the rest of my goal for today. So again, using a food scale will help you be a little bit more accurate in your portion sizing and just learning how to eyeball. So I didn't do so well yesterday, but that's okay. I'm still learning about portion sizing, even though I've been using this for about 2 years now. But also, again, you know, with Thanksgiving, I did not really track that meal anyways, so I just enjoyed myself. You gotta be able to do that once in a while. And one day of holiday eating, let alone maybe 3 days of holiday eating throughout the year, is not going to derail your success that you've been doing for your fitness journey. Just remember that the holidays really is about enjoying time with your family and enjoying the foods, because who doesn't love food? All right, so I'm gonna go warm this up and get my kids their lunch, and then we're gonna go ahead and eat. If you are craving chocolate, they always say dark chocolate is always a really good thing to enjoy. We have the Lindor truffles, and then we have the Dove dark chocolate squares. If you had one Lindor truffle ball, you will be consuming 4 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat, and half a gram of protein. If you have a Dove chocolate square, you will consume 4 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, and half a gram of protein. So between the two, which are both really good, if you want something that's macro friendly, go for the Dove dark chocolate squares. So I get to enjoy 2 of these for today, but I'm gonna enjoy one right now as my dessert for lunch, and then I'll save the other one for later. All right guys, so I've got some Filipino version of fruit salad, and it's got fruit cocktail with condensed milk and some jelly and gelatin in here, and it's just one of my absolute favorite Thanksgiving desserts, and I'm going to use this and all the carbs in my next workout. I was kind of debating whether I should do my lower body, and I'm kind of feeling like I want to get my workouts done, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this and then go ahead and kill it in the gym one more time for some lower body, and yeah, then that way I can have tomorrow as a rest day. so we had a really good upper and lower body full day workout today. I mean, just using the Thanksgiving food that I had consumed yesterday in my lifts today really helped, and I was able to PR in all of my workouts, so I felt really great today. I'm actually going to use my dinner as my post workout, so let me show you what I've got. We're basically enjoying the same exact lunch that I had earlier. As far as portion sizes, everything is exactly the same. The only thing I added were basically one whole deviled egg, so 2 halves. And I am now on my second bottle. Actually, I was already halfway down and I just filled it up again. So now I'm gonna actually finish that at 2.5 bottles. And then later I am going to actually enjoy 1 Dove chocolate for part of my dessert, plus an apple pie slice and 100 grams of vanilla ice cream. So after I eat this, I will show you my dessert. All right, so I have my dessert and I've got 1/8 of a pie. Now, I didn't do it with the food scale because there weren't many options as far as weighing it out for my slice, but it did say 1/8 of the pie of 9-inch diameter. So the pie that I just had was about 9 inches, and kind of eyeballing where the 1/8 slice would look like. That's what I served myself. And I originally had in my Fitness Pal 100 grams of vanilla ice cream, but I realized that's actually too much ice cream. So I only stuck to 50 grams and it was just enough for my pie. And then I still have my 1 Dove chocolate square that I'm going to enjoy. So being that I only had 100 grams originally for the ice cream and I only used 50, it turned out that I can sub a protein shake that I am planning to have later, sub that for an Oikos Greek yogurt. So instead of a protein shake with some popcorn for watching a movie with my family, I'm gonna have some popcorn and an Oikos Greek yogurt. So I will enjoy this and then I'll show you my last snack of the day. So I just took a nice long and very hot and relaxing shower. I feel like my body just really deserved that kind of shower because I worked really hard in the gym today. You know, you have to take that day of overeating and accept the fact that it happened. You don't want to dwell on it and feel guilty about it. And I have to say that I'm learning about this myself because not too long ago, earlier this week, I had messaged my coach talking about how I felt guilty with going over my macros on 3 days in a row. I mean, and it was little tiny bits of going over the macros. Like one day I went over carbs by 17 grams. The next day I went over my fat by 15 grams. And I felt really bad about that and messaged her. And she said the same thing, you know, what happened, let it go, move on, and just get back on track. She also did say, be mindful of why I had overeaten or went over my macros on those certain days. And she said it could be one of 2 things. It could be A, you're bored, or B, you are not having any motivation to stick to your macros or your goals. And I know that I still want to do my best in this improvement season to stick to my goals, which is to build and to build muscle and to be ready for that national stage in 2022. But I realized that the boredom actually was one of the crucial aspects of why I was overeating on those particular days. I realized that every time I watched a movie, I wanted to snack on everything, even though it was not on my plan. So coming to today after overeating on Thanksgiving, and this was going way over my macros for that, but I thoroughly enjoyed that day and let it happen and accepted that it was going to happen, so that today I didn't feel so guilty about it. And what were the 3 things that I talked about and really focused on today? Again, 1, hydration. Make sure you get your gallon of water that very next day so that you can flush everything out and just get your digestion to move the food through. You want to make sure that you plan your meals for the very next day. Stick to that plan 100%, and that's exactly what I did today. And I felt full and satiated all day, did not feel hungry, and I felt like I ate enough. And lastly, use the extra calories and carbs in the gym. You want to think about it as food is fuel, and I just felt so much energy and strength today that it made my workouts so good and so strong, and I really felt like I had a great workout today. So is it okay to overeat? You want to kind of do it sparingly if that's the case. But again, just accept what had happened and deal with it by focusing on your goals the very next day and just get back on track. I am going to finish the day off with 1 bag of Smart Pop, and you want to get the mini bags because these are really good macros. I love the kettle corn. And then I am going to also enjoy some Oikos Greek yogurt. This right here is really good protein, low carb, and no fats. So I'm just gonna go ahead and enjoy my nightcap and then get ready for bed and rest as much as I can and recuperate so that I can take on the next day like a normal day. I hope you guys enjoyed my video and learned something about how to tackle the day after overeating and just continuing to do the best you can in your fitness journey. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy life. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.